Okay, so today's session, what we will do is we'll discuss about an earning. Okay, what is earning? In order to process earning, what details we need, we will discuss.
Okay.
And of course, payment deduction rules testing is still pending, and I am into the another tenant. The data what you configured is not available in the tenant. That's why I'm starting this topic. But on Monday, I will configure all the required data. We will initiate testing part. Yeah. Okay. When you're creating a payroll earning, a set of questions we have to ask to our customers. Something like, what is the earning name? Example, car allowance. Who is eligible for this earning? Who is eligible for this earning? What is the frequency? Not mandatory. Okay. And
It's not mandatory, you said?
yes, because I will tell why I'm saying not mandatory. I will explain. Don't worry. It's not mandatory frequency. Sometimes, as I said, earnings are of two types. Through payroll input, when you're processing, you may require to override the frequency. At that time, only will define, not mandatory at earning level. And then, would you like to prorate the earning amount? If yes, based on calendar days, working days, what are all taxes impacting this earning? In simple, what all taxes will calculate on this earning? Is there any benefit deductions happen? Any benefit deduction should happen on this earning? Okay, these are common questions that are asked to the customer. Of course, eligibility rule, run category, pay group, additional criteria. Okay, for payroll earning, what is the source? Any guess? Can I create just like that a payroll earning?
Basic pay.
Yeah, the source is compensation. Example, I hope Logan Maker has access. Okay, so I will go to an employee, John. Here, each compensation component, okay, let's say comp plan or compensation component. Each plan, we have to pull the amount into the payroll calculation engine, annualized, and then de-annualized based on the employee pay frequency. What is meant by that? Annualized amount, de-annualized based on employee pay frequency. What is de-annualized here? Let's see this example now. Same amount, okay? Same amount. I have a monthly frequency. How much the employee will get per month? Take the number 198,778 divided by 12. How much? 16,564.83. How I got the value? Monthly frequency, nothing but total amount divided by 12 months. This is the amount. Same employee, another employee with semi-monthly frequency, how much he will get? It's a different amount. Okay, 16,564 divided by 2. Why? It is semi-monthly. 82, 82.41. So Workday has inbuilt calculations. When you select these calculations, it will pull the employee compensation into payroll calculation engine. It will check what is the pay group of this employee. Okay, here it will check the pay group of the employee. He is semi-monthly. Semi-monthly means every 15 days. So divide this amount divided by 24. Why 24? Why not 12 here?
It's semi-monthly.
Semi-monthly, right? If it is weekly, then 53 weeks. So automatically the amount should be prorated. Source is here. This is the source. Okay. Now let's see, we will create a simple allowance plan. Simple allowance
And
plan.
the source of the comp plans?
The source for the compensation plan is compensation team is responsible to create these earnings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me run one example. We will play a role as a compensation partner. We will play a role as a payroll partner, and we will see, sorry, compensation consultant, payroll consultant, and we'll create and we'll see how the earning works. This session is just to give you an overview and idea of how the compensation data will be pulled into the payroll calculation engine. Only one thing, this is share a tenant, so we may not have full access, but let me give a try. So as a compensation team, assume we are all one team. We got a requirement. The requirement is they have they have a meal allowance. Okay, a new plan called meal allowance. So meal allowance every semi-monthly, Mr. John Chen, our employees who serve in semi-monthly, eligible for 500 US dollars. Okay, semi-monthly. And let's say $1,000 per month. Per month, $1,000 employee is eligible. Now I'm going to create an allowance plan, which is meal allowance. This is a compensation team job. It's not our job. I mean, payroll. It's not payroll job. Create allowance plan.
It's HR's job?
In HR, again, we have a team called compensation and rewards team. They are responsible. Yeah. What is this payroll last run date? So this completely new tenant. Oh my God, no results itself. Let me initiate. Don't worry about this. During payroll process, I will explain. Now I want pay results to process, hence I'm initiating this. So just we're refreshing until it should show 100%. 75 employees. The reason why I'm doing is we need some sample employees, hence. Yeah. Now I will select one employee. from professional corporate. Alison Hunter. Okay, we'll go with this worker. Alison Hunter. Okay, I'm going to create a new plan. Okay, for this employee, we're going to test. And of course, we have to check the pay results. 1/1/2019. In this date only, I'm able to test because, as I mentioned, I'm into another tenant. So on this date only, I can test. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create first role compensation. As a compensation consultant, I'm going to create a meal allowance. Meal allowance, $1,000 employee is eligible per month. Simple requirement. As a compensation consultant, I'm going to create allowance 1/1/2019 amount based. Okay. Before that, let me check the compensation meal allowance is available. No. So let me create this. Maintain compensation elements. Enter meal allowance. Here we are going to map something like this. Once you assign this compensation element or earning, it will map here. Okay. Now let's see. Just a compensation element. It acts as a bridge between compensation and payroll. Now create allowance plan. Create allowance plan. Amount based. Okay. Oh no. 2019. Because the results are available on that date. So now here we're going to enter the name. AMD eligible to do all employees working in USA. So element just now we created, right? Assign it here. So I'm saying $1,000 per month. Frequency monthly. Okay. Compensation consultant plan is ready. Okay. Now compensation consultant is going to assign this plan to an employee. Still Johnson. We has pay this. Okay, let's take this guy only. I'm going to assign the compensation plan for Johnson. So the new plan should be available here. The redaction, compensation, request compensation change, effective date 2019. Okay. Give a reason. One of the any reason can be fine. Scroll down to the allowance section. Add meal allowance. The one we created. $1,000 defaulted, submit. Perfect. Now at worker profile, I can see the meal allowance. I can see meal allowance. Okay. Similarly, I will go to the worker pay. Let me show her employee's current pay slip. We are not able to see any meal allowance on the plan. Expectations, once we get earning and run, another line should add here, and it should display the meal allowance of $1,000 here. Currently, it is not there. Okay, compensation team is done. They created the plan, they assign to the worker. What next? Now the payroll team job will start. Payroll team job will start. Access the task, create earning. This is a very basic, simple earning I'm creating. This is the task, our payroll one. Enter the name, AMD, meal allowance, code, acts as a reference ID for this earning. Enter. Default payslip name. If you want to default any payslip name, sorry. Now, if I don't give any value here, this value will be displayed in the payslip, AMD meal allowance. If I give any value here, something like on the meal allowance, this is going to be present in the payslip, not this value. I'm repeating again. In the payslip, if I give default payslip name, okay, so this one will be default on the payslip. If I don't give any value here, this is going to be displayed in the payslip. Okay, up to customer requirement, however they want. Country, restricted to USA. Effective date 1/1/2019. Criteria, run category we created, right? Let's select regular. Okay, pay group. So if I have, for example, semi-monthly professional is there, semi-monthly professional is there, and then admin is there, and then what do you call it? Different pay groups are there. If I select,
Okay, can
yeah.
you can you explain, I'm sorry, the relationship to the run category? So every earning has to be associated with a run category.
Okay, good one. So this is the criteria, ma'am. If I'm not giving here, I have run categories, different types: regular, off cycle, on demand. So these are my run categories. If I'm not giving any value here, which means this earning is eligible for all the run categories.
Oh,
If
okay.
you set regular here, which means this earning is eligible only for regular run category. Why? We have defined the active employees. You remember? It's gonna check, and this component is going to be calculated. Okay, that's fine. Give regular. If you're not giving, there's no harm. Bonus run category also, it will be processed automatically. Commission also, it will be processed automatically. But our requirement is this is only for regular employees and ongoing plan. Similarly, I have different types of pay groups here. If I select any pay group here, which means I'm restricting this earning must be eligible only for these people who are part of this pay group. I have admin and professional. Those two pay groups are not eligible. If I unselect it, all the employees in the pay group are eligible. Does it make sense?
Yeah, can you scroll up for a minute? I just want to see what form you're on again. Let me go. Can you scroll up?
Yeah. So here we have different types of pay groups. If I'm not selecting any pay groups, which means all pay groups are eligible for this earning. Earning in the sense meal allowance. Everyone is eligible. Okay. If I select any of the pay group, which means only the particular pay group employees are eligible.
So essentially it sets a restriction. I mean,
Exactly, right. Okay. This is one, not mandatory or defined. Then the main important is here. Are further criteria. Who is eligible? Here you're defining active as terminated or leave. Here you're defining which pay group is eligible. Here you're defining who is eligible. Okay.
okay.
And here whatever the data I'm going to configure, please ignore, don't worry, because you may feel slight complex at this moment. I'm going to start the session called calculation. I will explain in detail. This session is just an overview for you to understand what is earning. That's all. Okay. So I want to create eligibility rule. What is my eligibility rule? The employee whosoever have the compensation plan called meal allowance, that employee eligible for this earning. Eligible for this earning. Okay. So what I'm saying is I have, for example, I selected this pay group. Under this pay group, let's say under this pay group, I have 100 employees are there in this pay group. 100 employees are there in this pay group. If I'm not giving this eligibility rule, which means all 100 employees are eligible for this earning. It will process for all the 100 employees. Okay. Now, if I gave eligibility, I want to I want to process only for the employee out of 100 employees. I want to process only for the employees who is having this compensation plan. Then I need additional criteria here. Let me hold. Any questions on my statement?
So how are you going to select that?
I'm going to create that, right? So I'm saying no pay group since the testing tenant, which means all the employees are eligible here. It will check. Additional criteria, what I'm going to do, select prompt, create. Since I know which calculation is suitable, directly I'm going to that calculation, but I'm going to walk through all these calculations for you. Don't worry. Calculations are never be constant until we'll continuously practice and we continuously understand the logics. It's always different trial kind. Ma'am, since you're
Does
from
Workday though?
Hmm.
Does Workday come with calcs already created?
Of course, that is going to we are
Yeah.
going to define here. We are going to define here. These are
Yeah.
deliverable. Eligibility rules we have to configure. Okay.
Okay.
Create. Yeah. Then instance set comparison calculation. Name it. Allowance plan equal to meal allowance. Ma'am, if you're in SAP, this is nothing but schema, sub schema, function, sorry, PCR, functions, operations. But compared to that SAP, Workday simplified. Okay, now I have to write a criteria here. Criteria is source field, employee compensation plan as of period end date, standard fields, compensation plans as of period end date. In the selection list, meal allowance. The employee who is having this meal allowance plan, that employee is eligible. That's what I'm trying to say on to this earning. Then calculation, I'm going to select a workday delivered calculation. Standard calculation. Compensation element value. So this calculation, standard calculation, if you are creating an earning for a compensation plan, then standard by default select this workday delivered compensation workday delivered payroll calculation. I request, can you please read this one? I mean, you can just go through this one.
So you're saying that we would always have to select that.
If you're bringing the compensation value, and that to amount, not percentage. Percentage, we have different things. This is not suitable for hourly wage. This is not suitable for percentage compensation plan, only amount based.
So not suitable for salary.
Sorry,
What did you say? It's not suitable for what?
not suitable for percentage based compensation plans. Example, housing allowance. Not suitable for hourly compensation plan because we have to process the rate, right?
Okay.
Okay. Normally, again, this is required some compensation knowledge. Compensation plans are of three types. Amount, a flat amount, let's say $1,000. Percentage, example, on $1,000, 10%. Okay, something like that. 10% you want to calculate. Another one is rate per hour. So hourly wage employee per hour, $100. This calculation is suitable here, amount based, not for these two requirements. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right. So I'm not explaining in this class since I want to make it very simple because I don't want to confuse you guys. Once we start, we'll create three types of earnings: easy, moderate, complex.
Okay.
Okay, this is a basic easy one. I'm not giving any further values, scrolling down directly, but I want you guys to explore. Monday will configure one moderate complex. Compensation element. You remember we created a meal allowance. Compensation element meal allowance we created, and we created the compensation plan with that. Now integrate the compensation plan meal allowance here. You got the bridge ma'am now? This meal allowance is going to fetch the compensation data into payroll calculation engine. Similarly, scroll up. You have two tabs, any earning when you're creating. Effective dated. What are the changes you do here? You must enter the effective date. That's why effective dated. You must enter the effective date, any changes you want to apply. Non-effective dated. In the pay accumulation, we have selected one pay component group on gross. Did anyone remember what is the pay
Yeah.
component group name? Add to gross. Correct. Add to gross. Now, if you would like to add this earning to the gross, you must select this pay component. Then only this particular amount will be displayed under gross section in the payslip. And what taxes will be calculated on this earning? Federal, state taxable, state, city, or local. State unemployment insurance. We will talk during our what do you call finance? Sorry, taxation class. So like creating a very basic, simple earning. If you notice everything, I've selected all the fields which are delivered by Workday except this eligibility criteria. I created this one just to show how to get eligibility rules. We are going to create more and more in coming sessions. Any questions so
You
far?
don't put any worker eligibility, then it's just going to pull
Everyone is
all
eligible. Yeah, if I'm not giving this one, everyone is eligible.
everyone is eligible. Yeah. So
Right.
that's essentially, like we said, a restriction.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm selecting okay. We'll do a quick test. So I assign to Mr. Johnson. Let me go to the worker. Pay Pay results. I'm going to recalculate for this employee since his current status is in progress, hence I'm able to recalculate. Related action, pay calculation. Here each pay period we will get one row. Okay, for each pay frequency we'll get one row. Each row will be added. So I'm going to recalculate to test our earning. It is processing or not. So instead of running the payroll for all the employees, first I want to check for one employee. Related actions, pay calculation, recalculate. Now here, if I submit OK, if $1,000 has been added, 14,775, then our testing is pass. If you can still see the same amount, then there is some issue in the configuration. Let's. Okay. I can see 14,275, which means amount has been processed. Let's see the pay slip. Has been processed. But question, at employee I gave $1,000 US, but why $500 only has been calculated? It should come $1,000, right?
Oh, it's the pay frequency.
Yeah, employee pay frequency is
Monthly?
right. No.
Semi-month.
Semi-month.
So he'll get in the next paycheck twice a month.
Correct, ma'am.
He'll get 500, yeah, more.
Right. This the one I would like to give an example. It just a practice. I mean, just to get familiar what is earning, how the data is flowing from compensation, what is in the compensation element, how it is integrated with our plan and send the data. That's all.
Why we are integrating compensation plan with the payroll? Because directly, if we create the elements in payroll, it
Doesn't
won't
work.
run in the payroll.
No. That's why it's a compensation element will call switch. I have my allowance plan here. And I have my compensation element here. This compensation element we will map to earning. In simple SAP terminology, wage type. This is going to act as a bridge between compensation module and payroll module.
So whatever the earnings that we are creating, first we need to create in compensation element. After that, we have to create in allowance plan. Then it will come to earnings.
Right. Now again, I want to discuss the topic as well. So when I say earning, what is the difference between earning and deduction?
And earning adds to the employee's compensation, gross. Deduction actually takes away.
Right. Now let me ask this question. What are the types of earnings we have?
Meal allowance,
Well,
car
we have
allowance.
salary, but then we have other types of earnings like a gym membership, allowance plans, housing allowance, a car allowance. Yeah. If the company pays part of your premiums for your insurance.
Yeah, benefit.
Benefit. Yeah.
Okay. Benefits also we are going to discuss. That's absolutely. But let's stick to this. Apart from this, This is also going to be add to the employee gross. Do you agree? If you give salary advance, loan amount is going to be added to the employee gross.
Yes.
Correct. Now, ma'am, coming to your question, Lavanya ma'am. So you have mentioned all the earnings must be go to the compensation. No, these are ad hoc. Correct? Ad hoc, on demand. These are not part of employee salary. These are like benefits giving by the company to an employee. So employee can take or not take up to employee interest. These amounts we no need to assign under compensation. These amounts you can process through the payroll input. These amounts, especially ad hoc payments, you can process through the payroll input. Regular wages must be go through compensation only. Okay. Any questions? Clear or not clear?
My understanding is like if it is a regular earning, then we will include in compensation. If it's in irregular, like one-time payment, something like that, we will
Correct. Payroll input.
go for a direct payroll.
Directly you can process from payroll. Correct. That's the correct. That's
How do
correct.
you do the
Yeah.
payroll input?
Definitely. Can I proceed now itself? Shall I? Okay, let's do that. It's learning. So now let's assume I'm processing loan to this employee. Okay. Loan. Assume employee requested 10,000 US dollars loan amount. And he agreed to repay loan repayment $1,000 every month. This is earning. This is deduction. Okay. This is earning. This is deduction. Now, this ad hoc one I can't process through the compensation. In payroll itself, I have to manage. So first, I will create an earning. Okay. Let's see. So for this guy only, we will process. Create an earning. Name it AMD loan payment. AMD loan restricted to country USA. Scroll down 112019. Regular and category eligibility. So since I'm processing through the payroll input ad hoc payment, eligible to rule search for payroll input. The loan amount, the $10,000 you are paying is a one-time or ongoing? It's always one time, right? Once a while you can give loan. Correct? Do you agree?
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to select one of the Workday delivered calculation. Payroll input one time exist for pay component. This is a Workday delivered calculation. Okay. What we're trying to say, if the employee has one-time payment input, then the employee is eligible. That's what we're saying. Scroll down. In the calculation, search for payroll input, Workday standard calculation, and select input amount allowed. If you're giving that amount along with the salary, ignore this field. If you're giving that amount on a weekly basis or in a one a week, you need to override the frequency. I will explain this one. Please ignore. I don't want to discuss all the details. So you will get confused. Make it simple. Okay. So I have created earnings, simple earning, loan payment, code I gave, effective date I have given, run category I defined, eligible to Workday standard one, calculation also are selected. Input amount allowed, none of the above. Since I'm not bringing from no progression because it's loan payment. Since I'm not bringing from compensation, I no need to define any value here. Make it blank. Scroll up. Select OK. Go to the worker, Mr. Johnson. We're testing for this worker. Job, pay. Go to more, input, add, pay component. Okay, start date 1/1/2019, end date month 01/31/2019. So one-time payment, so there's no problem. Semi-monthly due or monthly due. Pay component, we created our pay component, loan payment, select here. Make sure the loan payment must be available here. Scroll down, it's a one-time payment, processing defaults. I'm not overriding or adjusting. Processing through the regular payroll, so I'll select regular run category. Okay. Now here, hold this one, as I said, explain again. Scroll down, scroll to the right side. Type amount, how much loan you want to give, 10,000. And you can give a comment. Manager approved, process $US as the loan amount. Okay. Select OK. Is it cost centers or not? Don't worry, I will explain. Make it more simple first. Oh, our input also is not there. How can we test it? Okay, go to the results. I'm going to test it. Related action, pay calculation, recalculate. If you see 10,000 is increased, then it's passed. Okay. $10,000 has not been increased. Any reason why it is not increased? What went wrong?
Well, I was just going to ask you what you're doing here to quote recalculate. Is
Yeah.
it just a simulation and then you actually have to go back and
Yes. It's a simulation. We are not giving end result. Okay, just a simulation.
right? It's just a
check.
simulation to see what it would do to the pay.
Correct.
Okay. So why didn't it
We have given a one-time payment as end date for 31st of Jan.
Okay.
So as it is a semi-monthly calculation, it will take in the next run.
But I gave 1/1/2019, which means the payroll is happening between these two dates also. Shall I explain? Intentionally, I did one mistake. The reason is, if you do mistakes, you will remember. What I did is, I haven't assigned add to gross. When you don't select this add to gross, this is won't display in the payslip. Make sure this is very important, especially for earnings. Okay. Now let's test again. Same, I'm going to repeat red action, pay calc, recalc. If it is increased to 10,000, then it's working. It should work now. Let's see, 24,000, can we see or not? It's not working. Little afraid to test anything in this share tenant. Now let me troubleshoot why it is not processing. I'll go actuals. I will see whether my earning has been processed here or not. Loan amount is not processed. Now let's troubleshoot. I'm thinking could be eligibility criteria. Let me
I think
select
we have
this.
one-time payment last, but one option is there. Okay,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I'll just give a try with this because as I mentioned, hit and try until we'll get the result. So another challenge is when we create the payroll input, it should display for worker here under input. But surprisingly, it's not displaying. I'm not sure it is a security issue or not. It's okay. I will give it a try. Let's see if $24,000 will process or not. No, it's not processed. Let's see pay component is fetching or not. No. One last attempt. If not, I don't want to hold you. Don't worry. We'll continue. Returning the one to 15, 15 to 30. Subperiod when we have to select is mid of the month. We tried with this. Let me try with this subperiod because mid of the month we are paying to the employee on 15th. Subperiod is nothing but between date 1 to 30. Sean quickly pay tab, pay calc, recalc. Okay. 14 to 24. Then it's not about calculation, ma'am. The reason is the pay input is not available here. Could be a security issue. So may I request, we tried with 3 calculations. Can I hold and continue the same troubleshoot in our next session? And also we will test out deduction as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I tried with 3 calculations.
Yeah.
Not working. I want to check the tenant one. So, but don't worry, I will let you know the solution. We will troubleshoot. Yeah.
Okay.